Hello everybody, and welcome back to our vlog number 3 of our Marauder Glacial hammer build. Now, as you can see on the video up there, I am I am killing Gravicius, and I didn't really care whether he had his minions beside him, and I completely charged in, and although I was taking fairly enough damage, I was able to take his hits. His critical blows weren't doing that much of a damage, simply because of the nodes that we picked up, which lessened enemies critical hit damage on our character, I think by about 30%. So yeah, as you can see there, I think I have killed him in a matter of 40 seconds or 45, give or take. And of course, on the next clip, you guys can see that I am killing Kole, and on this part, I really wanted to focus on him, but those two minions that he had were just casting spells that were really slowing me down, so I had to dispatch of them as quickly as possible. And as you can see here, Kole is doing a lot of damage. I mean, you can just imagine if I didn't have those less to critical attack blows. And yeah, but I was able to kill him fairly quick, and I was really surprised by that too. And of course, on this last part, you can see me killing Piety, and not like in the dual shadow dual claw class, this was actually pretty easy. She did not pose much threat, whether she was on her fire elemental form or whether she was on her ice elemental. As you can see here, she's just slowed almost 50% or 70% of the time, simply because we are doing glacial strikes, and I mean glacial hammer, and of course glacial hammer is a cold attack. And as you can see, she is cursed over there, and of course she is taking much more cold damage than than the usual. So yeah, she didn't pose much of a threat. I didn't really need to go back to town to fill in some flasks. And of course, as you can see there, she assumed her ice form, but nevertheless, she didn't really pose that much of a problem. Now, as far as our progression in the skill tree goes, as you can see, yeah, so I haven't really progressed. No, I really did progress much, but I didn't actually hurry up to get the inner force and to increase the buff effects on our character. But what I did though was I got some I think this is really one of the best nodes to take when you are doing a damage dual wield, I mean a two-hander, simply because for four nodes you are getting 10, 20, what's that, 26, so 30, so that's 41, around 40% increased physical damage, and an additional 12% increased attack speed. So this is really worth it. I've searched under here on the Marauder skill tree, and of course on the Templar skill tree. I think by far, when it comes to two-handed damage output, this is the best nodes to take, because aside from getting vast amount of damage, you are also getting a maximum of 12% increased attack speed. So that will really help your character. And of course, if you pass and get all of these nodes, of course down here you'll be able to take some additional life nodes. They are already on the way. And of course also Golem's blood. There's a lot of options to gain some more life. If you need more resistance, there's always the diamond flesh here, or if you particularly need a particular resistance, you could always go with the resistance over here. It's already complete. You see that it has 2 lightning resist over there, and of course 2 fire resistance over here, and of course some cold resistance over there. Now since of course we are going to merciless, it is also imperative for us to have some chaos resistances. If we cannot have it in our gear, I suggest we get it in our passive skill tree by of course getting 2 if we can. You know, it's not that far, 1 2 3 4, around 5 points to purity of flesh to just get that additional 8% to your to our chaos resistance. And of course going if we already have inner force, although I think it's a bit far, I think, you know, it will still be beneficial to of course get the clear mind. And of course as far as stat goes, my defense is now at, you know, 31%. If I activate the Grace Aura, it is now at 52%, and the armor rating is at 3,982. But then, you know, I got this sweet baby, which is the granite flask. In addition to having plus 3,000 armor, it has a 79 increased evasion rating during the flash effect. So the added armor is just phenomenal. So if I activate that, I go to 9,544 armor, you know, for 4 seconds, which really helps. And of course, as far as resistance goes, I have already capped out or maxed out fire, cold, and lightning. But of course, chaos resistance, not so good. It's only 8%. As far as gear goes, let's go to our gear. You know, it's still the same. You know, this is I've never actually replaced the staff because it's really hard to replace a 5-socketed full-length staff. And of course, as you can see here, I have increased the quality of the staff just because, you know, I have a lot of whetstones hanging around. You know, it's not a loss if I could use it here. Plus, of course, that increases my damage up to, you know, 1,251. So that is really high. When it comes to the other gears, you know, I didn't really make any changes simply because some of them require some intelligence. You see, for example, this one. If I remove this ring, you know, I won't be able to use the 2 gears that I have. So I would still, you know, need to add some passive intelligence to my skill tree just so that I could so that I could, you know, change some parts in my gear. And yeah, of course, no sudden changes, no drastic changes when it comes to our gear. Our damage output is 1,251. And of course, if you like to see some gameplay action, let's go ahead and do it. I know you guys love gameplays. Anyway, alright, so we have a really good set of mobs here. As you can see, I am, you know, I am killing them quite fast. It's really quite efficient, and I haven't really gotten myself, you know, I really gotten my hands into a multi-strike gem. It's still pretty expensive, still pretty rare. You know, I'm broke, and you know, I can't afford to trade any chaos orbs for the multi-strike. But you know, it's really good if, you know, this character could get a multi-strike gem, which would further increase his killing speed. Now let's get into some more mobs here real quick. Yep, so as you can see, those spells are automatically casting because of the cast when you get hit gem. Yeah, it's very, you know, that's very helpful. You know, I really loved it. Where was it? This gem, you know, if you can get your hands on it, if you are a melee character, and you can, you know, I really strongly suggest that you get your hands on this type of gem because it will really be helpful. Of course, if you link it with Molten Shell and probably any other curses that you may want to think of will be good. But for me, since we are doing a you know, a freezing spell or a cold damage, it will be best if, you know, we could lower the resistance of our enemy to cold. So that's about it, guys. You know, thank you so much for watching. If you like the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, I'm gonna see you guys on the next part of my video. So have a good one.